What's up, y'all? Heather Hurt, P, Nerds Rule the World, back for another week of entertainment picks, as we do here on the NRW. It's been a little crazy. It's the throes of summer. There's going to be quite a bit of traveling from both of us of recent. I know Heather's been is just fresh from a trip, but as we get into June, we're probably going to do some pre-recordings to just get all this content out there. But a lot of stuff is popping, which is good for us. But also, it's about putting that time into with our significant others and everything. But we have entertainment despite this apocalypse world, which we're still living in as well. You know how we talk about that, trying to forget about it, but it is what it is. Especially with this fucking big beautiful bill bullshit. As of this recording, I know Heather's got feelings on that because we're about to become Nazi USA. Anyway. What an introduction, Heather. I don't know where we're going with all that. I guess the frustration lets loose once we start recording, right?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm watching in real time how taking funding away from people who really, really need it impacts actual people in real time. But the rich can't see that because they have never needed that. But other than that, it's fine. I wish I could say that I've watched more, but constantly being on the run. You know what I can say this. You know what I've actually watched a lot of lately? Bluey. Um,
Oh,
turning on
that's good soul stuff from what I understand.
yeah,
I've never really watched Bluey, but I heard it's really good for the soul.
my friends who do and do not have children have always pushed it. I had a situation online when I tried to watch it. I made a video about something that the creative team behind Bluey wanted you to feel, and people got mad at me from an LGBTQIA perspective, which was assumptions on their part, and it actually pushed me out of the community. When you push your singular notions, when someone is actually critiquing what the creatives want, you can actually push people out of a fandom and reduce the attraction that shows can get.
Mm.
And it actually turned me off of the show. But I've been traveling a lot, been in hotels a lot. The one thing that I do not miss at all, I can confirm this, is commercials. God, do I not miss commercials. Thank you for streaming. I hate on Netflix a lot, but you know what? I'll take a $55 Netflix, subscription over having 40 commercials in 1 hour. That is just absolutely ridiculous. But with my timing, the one thing that I do get to watch consistently kind of in the background is morning television. And as we know, morning television is for children. So I turn on Bluey as to kind of, one, I don't want to listen to the news. I can't listen to the news anymore right now. I just can't. It's terrifying. It's awful. So having a cutesy show that brings happiness and joy in the background while I'm doing my hair and doing my morning work has been really, really nice. But yeah, I wish I could say I've watched more than that though. Lots of commercials and lots of Bluey.
Yeah, it's too much propaganda, too much, these systems trying to pump up this guy. It's nauseating. It really is. So as you know, we with all the work that we do, a lot of screeners, a lot of that. I'm looking forward to you finally catching up with some of these. We have Fountain of Youth last week that dropped on Apple TV. We did the reactions to that. Natalie Portman, John Krasinski, Fear Street, Prom Queen. I don't know if you caught my thoughts on that, but looking forward to your thoughts. To me, it's in the runner-up category. If we're talking, if we're trying to place for Prom Queen, the first trilogy took first, second, and third. This was an interesting take, but I think the benefit that the first part had got to like further expand out a little bit. They tried to just do a one-shot story with this Prom Queen, but anyway, we'll save that for review. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just looking forward to Heather's thoughts because we were kind of hype about it. And it was cool, just not great. But anyway, but yeah, Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. I enjoyed my bro date with Heather's husband John. That was cool. We also have Lilo and Stitch, and I'm curious what Heather will think about this one. To me, Heather, the best live action translation, and we kind of spoke on that when we did some of the reactions to that, because this is a little bit more grounded with the princessy stuff, which love to the princessy stuff, but this felt very because it's set on Earth, and we have the alien coming down and all that. It was really cool, and the stars of that, the young stars, just brilliant. Some twists, some stuff, but we'll save that for review. I'm gonna wait for Heather to get that done. But yeah, watching a lot of stuff and gonna be watching some stuff this week as well, and some cool stuff. Didn't we do the Dangerous Animals reaction together, Heather?
We did not, but you did send it to me because I was supposed to watch it. And guess what? I did not do yet. I have not. I'll watch that today. It's actually
Okay.
you and I, we have talked about it. You and I did, maybe we did watch The Dangerous Animals.
I
I
think
can't
we
remember.
did. Because I think we both agree Jai Courtney is born for a role like that.
Yes, that's right. Yes, we did do this. We did do this one because I talked about how much I love sharks. I did. I talked about how much I love sharks.
Yes.
I can't wait for it. I think it's something that's going to be just absolutely ridiculous gore, and that's what I want. I want a ridiculous gore film. And yes, I have not watched Hard Eyes. It is available on Netflix now. I know.
I need you to watch that too. I need you
I
to watch
know.
that too because that was
Yeah,
awesome.
the one message I got from my husband, other than his short response, his short comments about how you two agreed on Mission Impossible, he's like, "You need to watch Hard Eyes. We need to watch Hard Eyes." There was a goal last night to watch it, but we unfortunately,
Oh yeah, he said he couldn't watch it because he had to wait for you.
yep.
So you both agreed it's okay to watch it separate then?
No, we're gonna have a watch party. We're gonna have a watch party. He's
Okay.
traveling right now, so we're gonna do the Netflix watch party so we can watch it together.
Okay.
But yeah, it's my husband and I are huge slasher people. Like, I'm much easier. I'm a pansy. I'm terrified of everything, but I enjoy slashers the most because there's often a level of humor to them, and it kind of reduces the angst and anxiety of horror films for me. So we can't not watch slashers together. It's a lot of fun. I love horror, but slashers are my favorite, and it's also by the people who do Scream. So like that's our franchise.
Love
So
it. Yeah. Hard Eyes is a slasher. You're gonna dig that. I will tell you, Dangerous Animals isn't a slasher,
I'm not
but
expecting that one to be
it's
no.
it's a good horror film. Jai Courtney was born for the role. I interviewed Jai Courtney. Y'all look for the interviews dropping this week, as well as writer director Sean Byrne. No, director Sean Byrne. He didn't write it. And other co-stars Hassie Harrison and Josh Houston. Spoke with all of them. They're gonna be up. Fun time talking to them. But I really enjoyed Dangerous Animals. Jai, perfect for the role. I was more afraid of him. I'll just say this than the sharks in the
Of
water.
course, of
He
course.
is
You want
brilliant in this role and had a fun conversation with him. He's a cool cat. So yeah, look for those interviews. We're gonna talk all things now. Our picks for this week, and actually that has me Oh, I'm like I was rethinking my picks for a second because I was promoting Dangerous Animals, which drops next week. I was thinking I didn't put it in my picks this week, but I just realized that's not till next week. So Dangerous Animals will be a pick these coming weeks. So let's head to this week's picks. You ready for that, Heather?
let's do it.
All right, let's wreck our lives with Jane Austen wrecked my life. We're gonna kick it off with that. Let's go.
I think it's a good way to start with Jane Austen. That's Sense and Sensibility,
Okay, thank you.
my favorite.
I haven't
C'est
even
quoi?
seen this trailer
Okay.
yet.
Jane Austen, Residency. Ils ont aimé les premiers chapitres de mon roman.
T'as besoin d'un petit coup de pied au cul, c'est très bien, non?
Merci. Agathe Robinson, it's me.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd be much older.
I'm Jane Austen's great nephew. I just think her work is a little overrated.
Insupportable. Genre, il se la pète énormément.
Je parle français, vous savez.
Welcome to the Jane Austen residency.
And we're delighted to count amongst us this year a new recruit.
Welcome.
We hope you will be inspired and we look forward to reading your work.
I believe that some books become part of our lives because they reveal to us our true nature. Je suis très bonne en forade. On le dépelle à mon meilleur ami.
T'attends quoi en fait? Marc Darcy?
Literature is like an ambulance speeding through the night to save someone.
I like that line.
Well, hello.
Your breakfast, Miss Robinson. Should I leave it on the table?
Il se passe quoi ensuite?
Really like that line. Literature is like an ambulance running through the night to save someone. I think is what I
Yeah.
kind of sounded. That's a great line.
Yeah.
All right, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. How about you?
I was put off a little bit. This is a great opportunity to. I was hoping that we were going to do some really weird story, like queer story about how Jane Austen story are often queer coded in many ways. I'm not, but no, not going too much into that. This looks cute. This looks cute. I wish the screener they gave us was more than like a 16-hour screener, but it's I this looks cute. This looks like something that any person who might use a Pride and Prejudice film as a escape moment whenever they're not feeling well might enjoy, you know,
Yeah.
not pointing anyone out specifically with that statement.
I have a lot of friends that are Jane Austen fans, so I think this is definitely going to be up their alley. Yeah, some of the little things in there, like I appreciated. So, and already a quote that probably one of the quotes already of the year. I like that's a great little quote to slide that in there. As a creative, oh, that's yeah, you could say that with a lot of different folks and authors that you appreciate. That's a nice little quote. So hopefully our screeners will get re-upped so Heather and I can do a full review on this and do some promo on this. We'll talk to the studios, but yeah, I'm intrigued, and hopefully we'll have more information on Jane Austen Wrecked My Life. I'm ready to head over to Max now, Heather, for those that have the streaming service, or should I say HBO Max? Let me
Max.
fix
It's
that
HBO
because
Max.
the thing on my screen right now just says Max, but they re-upped to HBO. Well, they didn't re-up, they went back to HBO Max. So let's talk Mountainhead. You ready to check this one out, Heather?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
I hope you rich folks don't mind slumming it in the humble abode of the poorest billionaire in the gang. But this is exactly why I built Mountainhead.
Look at this place, Soups.
Thank you.
No, I just said look at it. No compliment implied. Simply look at it.
Here we go. All right. 4 presidents of tech. Get your net worth. Oh!
59!
63 bill. Feels good. 220 bill.
Guys, is this on every channel?
There have been a number of occurrences since your launch.
UN officials are now openly attributing the recent uptick in ethnic tension to powerful new generative AI tools unveiled last week on Tram.
I just want to say this is not on you, Venice.
Obviously, it's not on me. Why would you even say that?
Your platform was inflamed, a volatile situation,
Weapons stockpiling, some bank runs.
violence,
Chaos.
and people are dying.
You're not real. Heads don't explode like that.
Heads don't explode like that?
No.
How do heads explode?
We are the smartest men in America. We literally have the resources to take over the world.
This ugly death trap house might have just become humanity's global HQ.
Boom.
Fucking go!
The president wants to speak to us. Guys, we could actually do this.
I can handle Argentina and Paraguay.
We could probably buy Haiti or Belgium, those chocolatey assholes.
This does not look like somebody who should have the keys to America.
The world wants your algorithm to stop being racist and shitty.
Are you trying to hurt me?
Things can't get any worse.
This is a terrifying experience, and I don't know that I'll ever recover.
All right, coming to HBO Max, Mountainhead. Interesting. I have a press conference this week with CCA, so I'm gonna be talking to some of these guys, and I have the screener as well in prep for that conference. So didn't even do any watching of this until just now, because as Heather knows, I like to save myself for when we actually watch, react and all that. This looks like it's gonna piss me off. I'm just gonna say that, but I'm intrigued. I'll probably check it out in prep. Well, I'm going to prior to the conference, so I'm gonna be good for that. What do you think, Heather? Do you have some thoughts on this? Do you want to talk to these guys as well? What do you think about this thing?
I mean, I'd love to talk to them, but it's one of those. I think this is a film that's supposed to piss you off. I think it's supposed to bring up some really important elements. Generative AI. I don't even care about it enough to even know how to spell it. Is playing a dangerous game. I'm in the territory of the U.S. where the most data centers are being put up at a record time, and we are seeing water impacts, we are seeing environmental impacts, we are seeing precipitation impacts, we are seeing everything under the sun just to fulfill basic algorithms for this generative AI programs. And Google is continuously putting out stuff that could potentially destroy the film industry. We're also seeing ChatGPT put out art, it ain't fucking art, at a rate that's absolutely horrifying, stealing people's works. And it's all to support the pockets of literally a couple of rich guys. There is an article, I think, with Times that came out, and it's a guy an engineer who worked on an AI system. He was making $150,000 a year, and now he was replaced by AI, and he cannot find a job. Why? Because AI keeps booting his resume. It is a dangerous world to tiptoe into. And of course, the one thing that's happening is, even though other countries all across the planet are saying, oh, we should hold back, we should figure out what this is, America has the president of this country decided to side with the oligarchs and put out an executive order saying that America should start using exclusively AI. And I don't know. Just to pause, I do not want to dismay and dissuade away from using AI. There are many advantages to using AI in data analytics, but that is in research and review. It should still heavily be controlled and mandated by humans, but we are not using it for that. And that is where stuff like this film is supposed to, I think the themes of this film are supposed to really push. And it's also supposed to tell the story of what the oligarchical authoritarian regime would look like. That is a goal of Project 2025. That a couple of oligarchs control the world and reduce freedoms. Yes, it is. Please look it up. Peter Thiel, who put Vance in the spot of VP, look up what he likes. Just do it. But with that being said, I do think that this movie is going to be purposely pissing us off. So.
Yeah. Are you gonna watch it to get pissed off, or how do you feel? Like, does this make you want to watch it because you know?
Absolutely, I want to see. Yeah. I also want to see. We also know that rich people can't always comprehend what they're doing. So I'd be curious to see what a whole bunch of actually rich guys in real life thematically believe AI and how it's impacting people. Like, I want to see how this story goes. Are our assumptions here correct, or are we going to find out that they are 100% on let's take over the world because we're rich? So I'm curious. I'm very curious.
Yeah, got a great cast. Dropping this week on Max. Again, I have the press conference this week. I'll have my thoughts, and hopefully I'll have a few questions that we could use on NRW that will get answered by this cast. And hopefully Heather will get a chance to check it out, and we'll have some more thoughts on Mountainhead. But we're now going to head to the world of A24, one of my favorite companies out. The Filippo brothers, who we've had here on NRW, talk about their last film, Talk to Me. They were a lot of fun, but now they're bringing it back with Bring Her Back, dropping this week. I actually already had a chance to see this film. Hopefully Heather got the invites too, so she can maybe catch some of the screenings this week. She can't. Damn it. I'm just looking forward to Heather saying this, but we'll talk on it.
I didn't get the invite.
You didn't get the invites on this one either? We're gonna have to talk.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk to the PR team. Something happened. Something's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Because there were some new invites, and I would have thought you would have got those. Anyway, Allied, bring Heather back. Bring her back. Let's talk about Bring Her Back from A24. Here we go. We're gonna have to talk after Heather.
How did you cope with Kathy being gone?
I didn't.
This is their new sister and brother, Oliver. Oliver lost his family just like you guys. Needed someone that could give him special care. Listen, I gotta tell you a secret. Listen. It's back on an angel. It's a beautiful angel. It does beautiful things. Listen. 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 Some people believe the spirit stays in the body for months after death. It's working! We can bring her back.
All right, in theaters this week, Bring Her Back. This film, I cannot wait for Heather to see and some of my other friends to see. This is going to be a film a lot of people are going to be talking about, much like Talk to Me, but I think a little bit more with this one. There are some jump scares, but there's some cringe, super cringe stuff that you're going to be just like wincing as you watch unfold on the screen while watching this film. But another great entry. The Filippo brothers are one of my favorite writer-directing teams out there. What do you think, Heather, of Bring Her Back?
I had to make sure that was Sally Hawkins. We really didn't get a good look at her.
Yeah. When we did the first reacts, we didn't even really know what it was about. Even when I went into it, this trailer gave a little bit more from the last time we saw we saw a different trailer. But yeah, Sally Hawkins, amazing.
Yeah, I love her to death. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised at her range with this film, because a lot of people only know her from like basically Paddington and Shape of Water, and that's kind of it. They don't really realize how like much range that woman has. And I'm really excited. I love her. This looks really interesting. And my one thing with these types of with the Filippo brother films though is that they like these long drawn out shots, like very artistic-y shots, and sometimes it can detract from the films. Sometimes like you're like, get to the point, like let's get to the next scene. And yes, part of that is jump scares. They want to create that tension, but at the same time, I'm like, I won't. Sometimes horror films are just fun to be horror films. I'm not necessarily going in looking for an artistic film, but that's also what they thrive in. So it's interesting. I don't know how I feel artistically about this film,
Yeah, I think they changed up with what you said. You had me rethinking the film. It's been 2 weeks since I've seen this. I don't know if there was long takes, but there are shocking things you're going to see on your screen that are going to make you cringe and wince, like, just painful type stuff that just, again, I think they're very artistic, as you said. But yeah, if you enjoy Talk to Me, they continue to deliver. And I think personally with this one, so very intrigued when you finally see it, what you'll think of this one. And Sally, again, remarkable, outstanding performance. Just, even the young cast pulled it off. Just a great little horror flick, man. A24 again delivering. Last pick for this week, Heather. We're gonna go back to a classic franchise that then found its home on Netflix to rejuvenate a new generation. But now they're going back to the cinema, and I'm intrigued where this all fits with all of that. I think you discussed it when we did the react to that. I'm talking Sony. I'm talking Karate Kid Legends. My top pick for this week. Let's dive in. Here we go.
The amalgamation of two worlds. It's very interesting.
Our traditions are rooted in history. Kung Fu, karate. The tree grows strong.
You knew Mr. Miyagi?
I did not come looking for Sensei Miyagi. I came looking for you. In life, you have only one question. Is it worth fighting for it? Or not? Lee means to me what you meant to Sensei Miyagi.
I'm doing this for all of us. Whatever it takes.
Two branches. One tree.
All right. In theaters this week, Karate Kid Legends. I'll be screening this week. Hopefully Heather will be able to join me. So we'll have full thoughts. We'll have a review on this film. What are your quick thoughts on this one, Heather?
I kind of hate the concept of introducing. We've talked about it from a nepotism baby perspective with Lion King. I don't want to talk about that. It's been long. We've actually had. I had him. I was part of a press junket for American Born Chinese, which I loved as a series. I'm really sad it was canceled.
Agreed.
Really, really great. He is passionate. He has a deep passion for martial arts. He's young. He's really great, and I thought the show had so much potential. So this is introducing is the wrong term. You've seen him before. He has done stuff.
Yep.
But I am to say that I am excited to see him on a larger scale. My opinions and concerns about Jackie Chan in recent statements over the last couple of years is rather disappointing. But we knew where he came from, what he's done. I honestly kind of hoped that his part of the Karate Kid saga was dying. But if we're going to finish the story, I'm also kind of okay with them bringing it all back together. I was actually in the airport heading to bumfuck Ohio, literally bumfuck Ohio. They're wonderful people, don't get me wrong. It was just in the middle of fucking nowhere. And there were people, I'm not the type to interrupt people, but they were talking about, is Cobra Kai could be part of this? Is Johnny just, too busy to take part? And I think we're going to have a cameo. I think we are actually going to see Johnny in this film. Don't worry. I think he's going to be there because this is going to be, I have not seen Mission Impossible yet, but there was apparently several nostalgic moments in that.
Oh,
film.
Yes. Callbacks aplenty. Loved it.
I think we're going to see a lot of callbacks to the original franchise in this. But one thing that's really important to me that I think a lot of people are going to appreciate with this film, as Karate Kid, as the franchise has shifted further and further, as it grew in popularity, as it stopped being a cult classic and became a mainstream story, especially with Cobra Kai, the interest and the actual value of karate and of martial arts kind of faded. The original film, they were all like black or like brown, but like they were really, really far in. Like they had been doing karate. Everyone on set had been doing karate for years before they were hired to play those roles. And then by the time the end of Cobra Kai happened, many of those kids had only been doing karate for the show ever. And my husband, who was a huge fan of the franchise, kind of felt a little dejected by it. But one of the big things that they wanted for this film was these are real people who have loved and have done martial arts almost their entire lives, doing martial arts again in this franchise. And I think that's going to be an integral part to how this film will turn out, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel that. No, I agree. And talk about callbacks. If we're building off Legends, we're kind of coming off of the past films. I know Will Smith's son, I'm forgetting his name. Jaden. Thinking of the other Smith. It would be interesting, even though I think that is a completely off the wall Vertigo, multiverse version of Karate Kid with his appearance in the Karate Kid films. But also, it would be just cool to see him maybe with a little cameo, and then even Hilary Swank, who was in like Karate Kid 4.
I was talking to my husband about her,
and we haven't seen her in a while. So why not give Hilary a little nod of love in there, right?
She retired. She wanted to get away, but you know that she deserves her time back you'll see them. Especially once again, this is an amalgamation of two different universes. So I think that Jaden not showing up, at least for like random cameo in audience or random stupid pun, he's going to be there. We're going to see a Smith in this film.
It would be cool. Cause I think his production company, I think Overbrook they own partially, I think, the rights when they were producing the Cobra Kai stuff, like they owned that when they did that film.
I think that's why he got the role, was because Will Smith's like, I'm gonna buy it. That way my kid can do it. And you know what? We make fun of privilege, but if you love your children enough, and not to get too much on to the Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith craziness, because that's a whole nother conversation. But if you love your children enough that you are going to buy a whole damn franchise, or at least a portion of the rights, you know what? I support it. The movies weren't great, but like I support that love and affection for your children, you know?
Exactly. So it would be cool to see a cameo from both Jaden and Hillary if Hillary could get in there. If we're bringing,
It's gonna be there. I put money on it. I put money on it, you know?
Why not? All right, y'all. So those are our picks. Jane Austen wrecked my life. Mountainhead, Bring Her Back, and Karate Kid Legends.
I'm kind of at
a I think I'm this. Yeah.
Mainly because I feel like these could all be really, really good, but I also have like nervous tummy about some of them. Karate Kid Legends being the most important one, but I don't see any of them being awful.
Yeah. Jane, I haven't seen Mountainhead, so that's why I can't give it a full thumbs up because I haven't seen it yet. Bring Her Back is, definitely a thumbs up. I've seen it. So, Karate Kid, I'll be about to see it, but I still think, it's like right there. So.
Well, Mountainhead, I didn't say this. Mountainhead, what's concerning to me, well, I did kind of touch on it. If they get the theme that is being like given in the trailer wrong, that could be just white man privilege real quick.
Yeah.
Real gross. So
definitely come off putting.
Yeah.
All right, so those are our thoughts for this week. Again, that's Heather Hurt. Check out all her amazing interviews that we've had recently on the channel. She's been putting in some work. We've got a lot more content. We've got a lot of bookings of late. Shout out to our pal Jeremy Whitley. We're going to be showing a lot of love to an upcoming wonderful LGBTQ anthology on Kickstarter called Aces and Arrows, which we'll have a ton of interviews with all the contributors for that. And a lot of stuff that we're working on booking. So stay tuned. Follow, subscribe, do all the things. Heather Hurt, KAYFABEYBABY, Nerds Rule the World. Bye!